What's going on, guys? Before I get started, on this video, I appreciate everybody that tunes in and enjoys watching my content. If you could do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe, I sure appreciate it if you hadn't already, and if you're a new member. Now, to get in to the subject, everybody, and this is mind-boggling to me, everybody is talking about Carson Beck. Georgia fans, is talking about Carson Beck, how bad he is. He shouldn't be the starting quarterback. He should be sitting on the sideline, and Brock Vandergriff and Gunnar Stockton, one of them should be starting quarterback because they're better than Carson Beck. Let me remind y'all, wasn't everybody last year and the year before that talking about Stetson Bennett and how bad he was, how terrible he was? He shouldn't be the starting quarterback, that Carson Beck should be the starting quarterback. And hey, I'm the first to admit that I was one of them. But now you have people, you have these fans, yes, and y'all go ahead and leave some comments down below, Georgia fans, because I'm a diehard Georgia fan. You know, you have people talking about Carson Beck can't run, he's not mobile, his feet are like concrete when he's standing there in the backfield. Well, to remind you, I seen him run a couple of times downfield. A matter of fact, he ran downfield Saturday. It's not Bobo's fault, is it? No, this ain't on Bobo. This is all Carson Beck's fault, how Georgia played. Do y'all not realize Mike Bobo is the offensive coordinator? Kirby Smart is the head coach. So whatever Mike Bobo calls, it's going to go through Kirby Smart. And then Kirby Smart is going to either agree with the play or he's going to disagree with the play. But no, everybody's saying how bad Carson Beck is. Have you ever thought about it could be the offensive line? Have you thought about that? You know, I've been pondering this all day. Have you thought about it could have been the offensive line is why Carson Beck can't run the ball or couldn't run the ball downfield? Carson Beck's mobile to me. Have you ever thought or considered that is the type of offense Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart wanted to run? Was to get the ball out of Carson Beck's hands quick because they knew during this South Carolina game that they was going to try to get as much pressure to Carson Beck as they could, and they wanted the ball out of his hands quick, as in Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo. and to bring back that y'all saying Brock Vandagriff or Gunnar Stockton should be starting because they're more mobile. They can throw the ball. I believe and know Carson Beck can outthrow both of them. Carson Beck can outthrow Gunnar Stockton and Brock Vandagriff. And how do you know that they're going to be even better? This is Carson Beck's first time starting. Yes, I heard somebody say, well, Carson Beck's been there 4 years now. 4 years. Okay. Carson Beck has been at Georgia for 4 years, but he's never started a game. When he has went into a game, he has went in for mop-up duty. When Georgia has a big lead, he's went in for mop-up duty just to hand the ball off, to kill clock, to run the clock out. Bye, game over. Do you really think the other two quarterbacks are going to do any better? I don't think so. But everybody, same thing. Everybody wanted Stetson out of there. Shouldn't be the starter. Now, he's won 2 national championships. SEC championships. And everybody is on his bandwagon. Everybody's wanting, wish we had Stetson Bennett back. Wish we had Stetson Bennett back. Give Carson Beck a chance. Give him time. Look what Bennett did when everybody wanted him sitting on the bench and wanted Carson Beck to start over him. Who's to say that Carson Beck can't turn around and do the same thing? To me, he did pretty good Saturday. He had 260 something yards passing? Granted, he didn't have a touchdown pass. He could have. But Georgia failed to execute and score touchdowns in the red zone. What do you expect this kid to do his 3rd game of the season, the biggest game of his career, his first time starting at quarterback, and he's playing against a SEC opponent? What do you expect him to do? Go in there and throw for 500, 600 yards with 10 touchdowns? Come on, man. This has been pondering me all day. Now, some of it might be Carson Beck's fault. I agree. But it is the offensive coordinator, Mike Bobo. And to bring up Mike Bobo as offensive coordinator, remember when Mark Richt was the head coach for the University of Georgia? Who was the offensive coordinator? Mr. Mike Bobo. And didn't a lot of people wanted him out of there? I think so. You cannot blame all this on the way Georgia performed the first half of this ball game. How do you not know that Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart designed these plays for the offense? This might have been their game plan. This falls more on Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart than it does Carson Beck. You got to blame the offensive line coach too, because the offensive line couldn't block for the first half of the game. They finally didn't get going until second half. But when Carson Beck started making plays second half, I guarantee you everybody was behind him, was rooting him on. Y'all, give Carson Beck a chance. Look what Stetson Bennett did. I believe Carson Beck can do the same thing. Granted, this is his last year. But I believe if everything gets right, the offense comes together, and everything starts getting on track, Carson Beck will be fine. But y'all already want to throw him under the bus when this is only his third game starting. Man. Third game starting. I bet if you was in that quarterback for the first time in your career and you was going up against a rival opponent, you couldn't tell me you wouldn't be nervous or kind of scared. I know you would. So, some of these Georgia fans need to lay off a Carson Beck and give him time. Like I said, you seen what Stetson Bennett did. Now everybody's behind Stetson Bennett. Even now that he went into the NFL, everybody was behind him. And granted, I don't know what's going on with Stetson Bennett right now. He's having some issues that the Rams head coach don't want to put out there. Who knows if he'll even play in the NFL right now. But give Carson Beck a chance and get behind him and stand behind him. Don't sit here and 3 games into the season and throw him under the bus. I'm behind him. And yes, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to overthrow receivers. He's going to underthrow receivers. He's going to throw the ball too wide of the receivers. But at the same time, it is the receiver's responsibility to catch the ball or be in the right position where they're supposed to be in order to receive the ball. The kid, Carson Beck, don't have concrete feet. He's not a statue. He's proved to me he can run. Now, he might not be as mobile as Stetson Bennett. He might not be as fast as Stetson Bennett. But he can run. And as long as he can run and get 5-10 yards a run, hey, I'm fine with that. You know, that kind of hurt my nerves a little bit when I'm hearing our own Georgia fans already talking about Carson Beck through 3 games and already wanting him benched. And it's like I said, how do you know that? Okay, my point. The first game, Brock Vandagriff, first game of the season, Brock Vandagriff and Gunnar Stockton got in to play. They did good. Passed the ball downfield, ran away from defenders. What happened the second game against Ball State? Answer me that. They didn't do nothing. Nothing. What, Brock Vandagriff got in there for about 2 series? Or for about 2 or 3 plays? Gunnar Stockton got in there for about 2 or 3 plays? And neither one of them did nothing. So how do you know if one of them was to start over Carson Beck, they would do any better? If you don't have an offensive line that can block, then you're not going to do nothing, because the defense is going to get pressure to the quarterback. So if you want to blame somebody, blame the offensive line coach and the offensive line. Blame Mike Bobo for the offensive play calling that he calls. Blame Kirby Smart, because Kirby Smart either agrees or disagrees with Mike Bobo. He's either going to override the play calling from Mike Bobo, or he's going to approve it. So let's get behind and stand behind Carson Beck this season, instead of throwing him under the bus. Us Georgia fans need to ride the season with Carson Beck. Now, during the season, yeah, if he starts doing bad, if he starts messing up, if the offensive line is playing outstanding, but Beck can't do nothing, and he's doing terrible, okay, take him out. Put in another quarterback. But come on. It's too early in the season to already say, well, he needs to be on the bench. It's all his fault the way Georgia played Saturday. It's all his fault. It ain't Mike Bobo's. No, it ain't Mike Bobo's fault. This falls on Carson Beck. No, it falls on Mike Bobo. And it falls on Kirby Smart. They knew after Ball State, South Carolina was next in line, and they should have had this team prepared. And they failed to have this team prepared. It took till the second half for them to get this team going. Not Carson Beck. Carson Beck does what Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart wants him to do. They might have wanted Carson Beck to dink and donk. As I heard somebody say, dink and donk. Have you ever thought about that? That they might wanted him to dink and donk the ball? To keep him from getting sacked? And to keep from the defense getting to him too fast? Oh, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk about that a little bit. Y'all leave me some comments down below. I'd love to hear what everyone's got to say, your opinions. Like I said at the beginning, y'all do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody that continues to watch my content. I'm gonna try, y'all be looking out tonight. I'm gonna try to go live during one of the Monday night games tonight. So y'all be sure to look for that. And y'all come join me on live chat tonight. I appreciate it. And like always, win, lose, or tie, I'm a dog fan till the day I die. Go Dogs.